Hello, my Aloha tribe, and welcome to the Aloha Perspective, where you get a little bit of something and a whole lot of everything. I don't know what that I thing was, but there it is. Anyways, God, right on cue. My damn nose. No matter how many times I blow it before the show, it always starts to leak. Okay, it's Self-Care Wednesday, it's hump day, and so I thought let's just throw it all to the wind. Okay, let's do oracles today. So we're going to do oracles today. And you know, even if you don't believe in oracle cards and all those things on the metaphysical plane, watch anyway, because you never know what messages might be in there for you. You know, I know a lot of people sit there and go, no, I promise, I only come from a good place. I only deal with good things. So, you know, I'm just here as a vessel of messages. So, yeah, so we're going to do that today. I'll come up with something tomorrow. And again, I'm going to take this Friday off again. And hopefully next week we'll be back to a full week. But I'm starting to feel a little more myself again. Yay! So, good morning, Muddy. You know, and speaking of yesterday, okay, so the interesting thing about yesterday's show is it clocked in right around an hour. Now, the thing is, I can't share anything that goes over an hour on TikTok or Instagram. So I couldn't see a soul yesterday on my show. Turns out there was a whole conversation going on between Muddy and Bestie. Older sibling was on. There was a fourth mystery person. I have no idea who that was. Thank you, Muddy. I am too. God, I don't know. I think I just took control yesterday. But anyways, I was just thinking maybe the powers that be decided that I wasn't supposed to see any messages yesterday because you guys know how I squirrel hard. So, you know, it's like squirrel. I mean, yesterday I saw a hummingbird. It's like, oh, hummingbird. You know, oh my God, I left my window open. This is going to be an adventure today. Hopefully everybody's done making noise out there. So yeah, today's going to be Oracle Wednesday. And like I said, whether you believe or not, just hang in there, because you never know what, you know, you might need to hear, right? And you never know the feedback I'm going to get from my peeps. Oh, thank you, Bestie. Good morning. He said my hair is fire today. So there's a trick, all right? So I'm a night showerer usually, unless I fall asleep. But yeah, 99.9% of the time I'm a night showerer, and I have this really great stuff that I don't know how many JC Penney's are left in the world, but if one of them ever, if they all close, I'm doomed, because I don't know where to find this stuff, and I've looked online, but I'm sure I can find it somewhere. But it's an avocado oil something or other, I don't know, conditioner, leave-in conditioner. So when I wake up in the morning the next day after my wet hair has dried, I look like freaking Medusa. Okay, so I just spray my hair. That's it. I just spray my hair, and I mean, I straighten my bangs, but, oh, okay. Thanks, Bessie. No, I just got a whole new bottle, so I am very happy. There's one by my dad's house still. There's still one by my house still. So anyways, I think I can order it from Target, but I'm not really sure. So, I'm just being dramatic. So, but yeah, that's all I do. I just respray my hair, and, you know, I mean, it's a little frizzy at the top, but yeah, I didn't know what to do with my bangs today because I didn't straighten all of them like I thought I should have. So they got pinned back today. Woohoo! Anyways, it's a little cooler now, thank God. But anyways, all right, let's just get rolling. Like I said, I work from a good place on these things. You never know what you're gonna need to hear. Maybe you don't want to hear it, but you need to hear it. The mermaids are being stubborn this morning. Come on, bitches. Just kidding. I'm totally kidding. Probably haunt my dreams now. Look at that. See? Trying to mess me up already. I was kidding. Oh, there we go. Oh, whoa, that's way too many. All right. Ooh, those some good ones. We're gonna have to wing it, guys, because I don't have the book for this one. Yeah, so, oh, scan to download guidebook. Whoops. So, you know, all right, at least I know that now. So thank you for coming on, because now I know. So anyway, interesting. Let's just shuffle these and see where we go with them. Mermaids will drown you. I know, right? And I'm a water baby. So that's why I quickly said sorry. I know. To me, mermaids are like the ocean fairies. You know, I mean, they can be mischievous and they can be nice. So just be careful because you never know which one you're going to get. Kind of like humans. I know. We act like we're this great almighty being, but you know what? We can be assholes and we can be nice. So, anyway, set your sights higher. Increase your standards and expect more for yourself. Don't settle. Don't settle. Do not settle. So, yeah, see, I must be feeling more myself because now I'm just goofy. But yeah, set your sights higher. Increase your standards and expect more for yourself. Don't settle. And what more can we add to that? I mean, this mermaid hits it spot on. She just right in your face going, look, you know what? If you think you deserve better, you know, then you deserve better. And if you're in a situation where you want it to be with the same people, then set boundaries, you know. Actually, Bestie thinks I drank coffee. I have not. I was practicing. I woke up a little late this morning and then I started practicing my French and I ran late. And yeah, I mean, I've only had water to take my medicine in the morning or to take my vitamins and my regular pills. So, but I definitely will be absorbing some caffeine today. But no, I'm just feeling better. And I'm feeling more like myself today. You know what? Excuse me. Sorry. Hi, like my face? All right, let's see. Maybe that'll help a little bit. There we go. Me and my monkey arms. So anyways, pardon me. So set your sights higher. Yeah, don't settle. What are you two talking about? Oh. But yeah, I think a lot of times we feel like we need to settle, and you know, situations, a lot of people when they say don't settle, the first thing you think is, well, I don't want to leave whoever I'm with, or I don't want to leave the job I'm at, or you don't have to, but expect more. Ask for more. If you think you deserve a raise, ask for a raise. If you have a partner who's being a pain in your ass, sit down and talk to him and say, look, we need to talk because this isn't feeling so balanced. We need to communicate better. Okay? So you hold the cards, because a lot of times people don't realize that what they're doing. So sometimes you have to communicate. And well, I shouldn't say sometimes. Communication is key on every level. No matter who it is, friend, partner, coworker, whatever, you have to communicate, okay? So, oh, good morning, older sibling. Thank you. I know, I just got compliments from Bestie and older sibling. So, see what happens when you take care of yourself. You start to feel a little bit better. So anyways, card number 2, you're being helped. Heaven is working behind. Okay, if you don't believe in heaven, then wherever across the veil is working behind the scenes to help you, even if you don't see results yet. Okay, even if you don't see results yet. I swear this card is for me, because I mean, not just me, but everybody who needs it. But I definitely needed it this morning. However, a friend sent me a video. She is so in tune to me. We've never met in person. She lives in Florida. But we actually met through a site that I joined because of sibling, because she used to have CRPS and it went into remission. But she's a queen. She's a queen. And she sends me all the metaphysical stuff and stuff that I'm not even aware of. And every time she sends me something, it is so on point that it's kind of like, whoa, it's like, are you in my room thinking my thoughts? so it's very helpful. Right now, her and her husband are off gallivanting the globe. So, you know, I have to share this really quick. It was pretty cool. Her husband works for, her husband works for a race company, and so they were just recently at Le Mans. How awesome is that? I remember when I used to work for Toyota Racing, it was a temp job. I worked in the human resources department, but it was awesome because everything was in one building. So when the engines came back, no matter where you were, you could hear them trying to fit, you could hear them running them. one guy caught me. I was walking by and I was just touching the engines, and he just started laughing, and he's all like, did you want to come in and see more of them? It's like, oh my God, yes. I was on my break. So, but yeah, but anyways, it was a part-time temp jobs, and I needed to find something more permanent. So I ended up leaving, but it was one of my favorite jobs. To this day, it'll always be one of my favorites, because that was pretty awesome. But anyways, sorry, sidetrack. See what I mean when I squirrel? You're being helped. So just be patient, hang in there, do your best to take your deep breaths, meditate if you have to, go for a walk. Meditation is more than just sitting there with your legs crossed and your fingers, in the Om position. It's walking, it's swimming, it's, sitting out in the sun. Please wear sunscreen. It's whatever you want it to be that gets you out of your head. So this is another reason why I thought oracles would be fun today instead of tomorrow, because, it's Self-Care Wednesday, and this is stuff we should know, but it's not stuff we practice. Like this morning, I was so intent on doing, I have a Hawaiian meditation chant that I listen to, and I was like, all right, you need to sit your butt down. It's 3 minutes long. Let's listen to it. And I started practicing French. Completely just right out of my mind. But I guess French works too. So, although it can be frustrating. So many fucking verbs. It's like, seriously, guys. I know English is hard, but pick a verb, all right? Even in English, whether it's American English or British English, why do we have so many words that mean the same damn thing? Okay? Or why do we have to make up more words to make longer words? And it's just like, oh my God. So anyways, Bestie knows. I complain to him all the time because he's taking it too. So positive energy. Positive. Did I show you the last card? This one's kind of cute. It's like a little mermaid with a dolphin. So see, she's practicing some self-care. Seriously. Positive energy. What is this? Oh, they're dolphins. Dolphins with, I don't know, bubbles. Anyways. I'm showing my age there. But anyways, surround yourself with positive people and situations and avoid negativity. That feels it's hard nowadays. It is legit hard nowadays, because even the most positive people seem to be becoming negative, and it's the world we live in right now. It is so topsy-turvy, and not everybody, okay? Not everybody lives in that kind of world. But right now, many of us here live in that kind of world. And it feels very unstable. It feels very upending. And then on top of that, we have our own life stuff happening, right? Yesterday we had a whole conversation about grief. I had a friend that, blocked me on Facebook. And I have to admit, I had no idea. They blocked me on pretty much all social media. Now, I've talked about this before, and I was sad about it. I cried about it. I know. This is someone I've known for years. A couple, like almost 2 decades. And they engaged me all the time in politics. Twitter was supposed to be my safe space, but they engaged me there too. And, it's like, I just told them, I said, look, I don't want to talk about this here. This is my safe space. And then, of course, as everything started getting worse in the last couple of months, I just started posting from Instagram. But I only post my stories because I know people on both sides of the political spectrum. And I'm not even sure why I post politics anymore. The people who will want to see it will listen. The people who are so far gone and lost, and that's just my opinion, will not care what you say. And, but I was so shocked, because I kept telling them I don't want to talk about this anymore because I want to preserve our friendship. I haven't seen their page in I don't know how long, but I guarantee you the reason they blocked me was because everything I posted, they took personally. It wasn't aimed at them. This is stuff how I feel. These are my pages. And like I said, I hadn't seen their page in a long time until older sibling asked me to see something she wrote. And it was kind of like, okay. And then I ended up hearting a few things. And next thing I know, a month later, I'm blocked. So, and I don't know why just me. okay? Because, I mean, I'm not the only one who engages back. And I admit, you know, she would start it and I would just keep going. But it's like every time I try to stop, I mean, you feed people facts, okay? I mean, I've told you guys this a million times. I do extensive research before I share things. There are things I see that's like, yeah, you know, and that just kind of hits you in the right place. And then you look it up and you're like, oh, someone made it up. And then you don't post it. So, you know, I'm not that person. I will look at things that don't feel right before I post it to make sure it is legitimate or not. I don't care what side you stand on. Do your homework, okay? It's not that hard. I had a friend that thinks it's hard. It is actually not that hard. If you know how to research, you know how to find what you're looking for, and you know how to find the truth in between everything. So, tagging that onto the positive energy card, older sibling thinks that, you know, it'll get better down the road. But at this point, you know what? I grieved it. I was sad about it, and I've let it go. Because I can't hold on to that negativity. If somebody else wants to project their negativity onto me, that's not my problem anymore. I'm too fucking old to be dealing with high school bullshit. Okay, seriously too old to be dealing with high school bullshit. And I think that's why a lot of the stuff pisses me off in this country right now, because it's basically like high school. You got a big bully running the country. And I don't care who sees this, and I don't care what party you're with, or if you're up his tail or what. I don't care. He's a bully. He always has been before he was president. I don't know how he got nominated. I don't know why they thought that it was a good idea. And now you have a party that's split, with one party trying to fight for what they know is right and the other party just saying. So I know this is all my opinion, but if you really stop and look at it and you really stop and think about it, it's about fact. All right. So anyways, let's move on. Magical messages from the fairies. Magical messages from the fairies. Sammy's doing cleaning today. I need to clean my dad's house. Like, legit. It's hard, though, because he sleeps a lot. So, you know. Anyways, sorry for that, guys. I'm sorry for that little political tirade in there. But it just really hurt my feelings that, you know, people just go that deep and go that far. You know, and I'm not saying I'm perfect. I mean, I did try to preserve that relationship. I've healed a lot. You know, I don't knee jerk as much as I used to. And I know what's more important. And I always thought friendship was more important. But, you know, it's fine. You know, there's a lot more, I think, to that whole thing. There's a lot of anger in there. And I think it's being projected into something that I'm not even sure they fully believe in. So, you know, and that just means that a lot of healing has to happen, and I hope it does happen for them. I wish them nothing but the best. So, you know, I have a lot of thinking I need to do about things. So summer, everything you're asking for becomes yours in the summertime. Summertime. So there you go. Everything you've been asking for becomes yours in the summertime. Part of the reason I picked the oracle cards is because I can be lazy while doing it. I'm still kind of coming back into myself. I appreciate everybody's comments on my hair and how I look today, but yeah, I'm only part way back to feeling like me. I'm starting to feel a little bit more like me, and that's great, but it's coming in waves. And so, yeah, so now I can just read this and just, you know, bounce off of this. Everything that you're asking for becomes yours in the summertime. You've drawn this card because you wonder when your desires will manifest. Yeah, this card represents the reassurance that your wishes have been heard and divine timing is clearing the way for your answered prayers to come to you at the perfect time. In this case, you'll fully realize your dreams in the summer. This is like the third time I've gotten this card. Okay, I did a reading for myself, so I'm excited to see what this summer is going to bring. Additional meanings for this card. You're moving to a warmer location. That is probably possible, but no. I said probably possible because I live in a warm location. I would like to live in a cooler location. You know, somewhere where their weather never tops like 100, okay? Where, you know, people are sitting there fanning themselves because 87 degrees is hot. It's going to be like 85 today, and it's like, okay, it's better than the 93 it was the other day. Or the 100 degrees it'll be in August. So anyways, Yeah, sometimes well, California, Southern California is definitely a desert. So, and I think people forget that because we are closer to the ocean than Arizona. But the further east you go in California, the warmer it gets. So, spend some time outdoors in the sunshine or with a full spectrum light. Actually, have a full spectrum light. It's in storage. Not sure why I put it there, but it is. But yeah, I need to go to the beach, or my dad has a pool, down the way, because like I said, he lives in condos. So down the way, there's a pool, and my lazy butt just doesn't want to walk back up the hill. Take a vacation, especially to a warm, sunny place. No, stop with the sun. Okay. Next month is Comic-Con, so I'm excited about that. But there you go. All your dreams and stuff will come true, and remember, this card, if this card resonates with you, then it'll happen. But if it doesn't resonate with you, please don't force it. Forcing an outcome is only going to make it worse, and it's only going to make you feel worse. So just take a deep breath, because, in this deck is also the winter, spring, and fall cards. So, and poor Sammy, she just, not having a good go of it in any season. So anyways, this is interesting. A son. Is someone out there trying to have a kid? So a son. Your son is watched over and protected as he explores his world. Oh, maybe you have a son. So there you go. Not the sun in the sky, the son that came from your womb. So your question involves your son or a male who is like a son to you. Perhaps you've been worried about him or have felt a call to help in some way. This card validates your intuitive feelings and asks you to take action in that direction. The fairies want you to know that your son is safe, happy, and watched over. Give any worries to them so that healing can occur. Additional meanings for this card. You are pregnant with or will adopt a boy. Your life purpose involves helping children. A son in heaven is letting you know that he's happy and sends his love. Another person's son needs your help right now. You love caring for a male pet who's like a son to you. You may receive a message from or about a parent if you are male. I'm not a male, but I do miss my kitty boy, Georgie. And see, okay, look, this is so funny. What did I just say? Okay, I did not pull. I pulled these cards, but I didn't look at them until I flipped them over. It's the autumn card. So look, whatever's going to happen in the next 6 months, whether it's summer or fall, something is going to happen for you if it resonates. Okay. Hopefully everybody gets the summer card, because, come on, sitting through 3 more months of waiting is just kind of like, really? Really? So don't complain, because if you complain, it's going to get pushed back to autumn. Just believe, trust, and hope. Okay? Just keep your faith. So in the fall seasons, everything comes together and you reap wonderful harvests of abundance. Okay, I can live with that. No, I'm just being a jerk. Sorry. In the fall season, everything comes together and you reap wonderful harvests of abundance. The answer to your question will be fully reaped in the autumn, just like a garden patch. You'll experience blessings along the way. Keep tending to your manifestation by maintaining positive thoughts, affirming, praying, and taking guided action. The fruits of this work will be ready as the leaves start to turn and the air starts to chill for the fall season. Additional meanings for this card. Return to school. I know the kids don't like that one. Well, some do. My nephews are amazing because they love school. A project is nearing completion. Visit or move to a location where the leaves turn bright colors in the fall. Grow a vegetable or herb garden. Okay, yeah, I seriously kill plants, not on purpose. I try to keep them alive. Visit or move to a location where the leaves turn bright colors in the fall. That'd be pretty. We don't really have seasons here. Northern California does. Northern California, I believe, has seasons, but Southern California, not so much. We really are more the desert. So, yeah, I'm not sure about Central California, but we do get some color changes, but boy, I tell you, back in 2010, I took a cruise with Sissy Joe, an older sibling. It was one of our sister trips, and we did the New England coast, and we were there just a little before fall really started, but I guess because of some kind of weather they were having, we were getting the fall leaves, and it was magnificent. It was amazing. So let's do the last one. Let's do the dragons, and then I'll let you guys go. I'm running out of steam here, but I really should get some coffee. But yeah, running out of steam just a little bit here. So let's see. Oh, and there we go. There it is. So I think I lost some people. Sorry if I lost you because of my political comments. It was just hurtful, you know, but I realized that I gotta keep my energy positive, and I can't let stuff like that bother me. And I just realized that's probably what made me spiral, because, you know, it's kind of like, oh, you know, and I even sent them a nice message, and I saw they read it, but still no reply. So, you know, if I need to be their punching bag for whatever for whatever they need to heal, or whatever it is that, you know, they need to be angry at someone for, then that's okay, as long as it's helping them in some way. So the ice springer, ooh, that is trying to oh, there it is, the ice springer. Okay, so this dragon, here's his head right here. He's like a cross from Rafiki from The Lion King and a dragon. I mean, legit, I'm sorry, but he reminds me of Rafiki from The Lion King. Anyways, he's the ice bringer. Oh, I'm regretting going down that other road I just went down. So I'm sorry, guys. The gift of ice is stillness. The cold has the power to suspend, to hold, to freeze until it is time to act. There is a protection in suspended animation. Now is your opportunity to embrace the power of the colder, more protective dimensions. Create a hermitage. Get still. Allow yourself the cold clarity derived from detached observation. The time for thought and growth will come. For now, seek shelter in the cooler energies. I'm not... Sammy, you poor thing. The ice bringer would be welcome right now. I bet. I'm so sorry. I know. People, she lives she lives in a very hot, I mean, let me put it this way. Where she lives, they literally incorporated the word hot as a kind of, you know, just the way they call their city. I just don't want to give away where you live, because I think I may have. She is in Georgia, so anyways. But yeah, that's as much as I'll say. But yeah, it's, you know, let me put it this way. When we complain about humidity out here, they would probably love the humidity we get, because it's not that bad. But I have been to the South in the summertime in West Virginia. It's where my grandmother's brother moved. When he left Hawaii, he met a nice lady, and they lived there. So that was a bit much, but Hawaii has some major humidity, but they have a nice trade wind. Most of the time. You got to remember, everyone's all, yeah, but they have a nice trade wind. Yeah, but it depends. If your window is not facing that trade wind, it's going to get humid and hot. So anyways, yeah, the gift of ice is stillness. I know it can be hard. And I was talking about it today, where I completely decided to avoid my meditation time this morning. And because I realized I need to get back to my meditating, because that's one of the things that helps keep me grounded. But I squirreled, and I went in a whole different direction. So there is a gift in the stillness, and it can be hard, because thoughts may come in. Oh, okay. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm going to divert for a second. Sammy says I can tell where she lives. She lives in Hotlanta. All right, that would be Atlanta, Georgia. All right, but the people there have kind of nicknamed it Hotlanta, because wow. And, you know, I mean, I can only imagine. I mean, the humidity is nuts there. I mean, she says, okay, so it's 12 o'clock, all right, there, because she's on Eastern time. It's 83% humidity already. I'm not even sure what the humidity is here, but it's definitely not 83%. I open this window, I get a nice cool breeze. So it was a little humid in the afternoon, but I'm not going to complain. I am not going to complain. So, and I will say this, if you go a little farther east, right? Like the farther east you go, the more deserty it becomes, and then you poof, hit Arizona. But I will say this, for as freaking hot as it gets in Arizona, it is a dry heat. When they have monsoon season in August, it can get humid, but even the humidity disappears after a while, right? But for the most part, I mean, even my dad and I were talking about this. I said, God, when you go to Arizona in the summer and you open the door for the first time because you're in an air-conditioned car, right? And you're just like, it reminds me of those 1980s nuclear movies where, your face just melts right off. But then when you're standing there for about 5 minutes and you're not thinking about it anymore, you realize, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm hot. Yeah, I'm sweating. But boy, at least I'm sweating because it's hot, not because nature decided that humidity was going to help me out. So that's the one thing I hate about humidity is that, you don't earn your sweat. But anyways, I digress. I am just all over the place now. I think I was all over the place from the beginning of this show, but I thought oracles would be a good idea, so I'm glad I went down that road because I needed something to just kind of, I forgot all my rings. They're over there soaking in the good energy. But yeah. So anyways, thank you for bearing with me. I apologize for my little outburst there. I think that was my own feelings, just being sad about something and, being sad that, this is what we've come to, the division and the separation of people who never used to care how one person thought or the other. It was always about the friendship, and that's what makes me sad because I like I said, I'm not a saint, all right? I have done my fair share of dumb things in this world, but I really did try to preserve that friendship, and by not talking about it. And older sibling and I had a lot of conversations about it, and I'm like, I just don't know what to do. And I would try not to engage, and I would try to, put the kibosh on the engagement, and none of it happened. So like I said, I feel like maybe there's more to it than just someone being angry with how I voted, because I know a lot of people who did not vote the same as me, and, they might get in a jab here and there, but I just try to stay quiet and not say anything for the most part. And I mean in person. Or sometimes I just, I say quietly because it's not worth it to me. It's not worth it to try to convince people who are already convinced of their own thoughts, and I'm a centerist. So, I do try to see both sides, but that being said, sometimes you just have to figure out how to let go. Sometimes it involves grieving. And, but we gotta, as the mermaid card said, we have to hang on to the positive energy. And who knows, maybe older siblings, right? Maybe it'll get better down the road. I'm not holding my breath. But at the same time, I know that I need to move forward. And I can't do that dwelling on something that I can't change, that I can't fix. I said what I had to say. I sent it through sibling first to say, does it sound okay? Does it sound nice? And I meant it. I meant every word. But I just told them, I said, despite our politics, you're a very good person. And, just remember that. And it's come a long way from the old Shelley. 20 years ago, I would have been like, but it's my healing. My healing brought me to a different place. And like I said, guys, I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just trying to show you what happens when you heal. It doesn't mean you don't get triggered. That doesn't mean you don't get angry. We're human. We're going to do all those things. But it does mean that for the most part, we're going to handle things better. And I think, again, now that I'm talking about it, I do think that is probably what made me go into a mini spiral, because it did happen. I think that, well, I wouldn't even say that. I think that was just kind of the exclamation point on what I'm, just trying to get my head back into a good place and get the energies flowing right again. So take care of yourselves. Do what you need to do. Yeah, Sammy says, I agree completely. I've found that you can't convince people to see the other side for the most part. Just be an example and let it go. Thank you for that. I needed that. I don't want to paint that person as a bad person. They're not a bad person. Like I said, sibling and I have talked about it, and I do think there's a lot of pain and grief happening there. And I think this is how they project to make themselves feel better, kind of let off steam. And if I have to be the person that used to take the brunt of that, or the person they need to hate or be angry at so that they don't take it out on the people closer to them, then that's fine. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Does it hurt? Yeah. Do I like it? No. But, I'm sure I've done the same thing to people in the past. I don't know. Honestly, I mean, I've done poor sibling. I think I gave her like Shelly PTSD for a while because my healing journey was not for the faint of heart. It was gnarly. It was gnarly. It was like being shot out of a cannon, landing on a roller coaster with nothing but, loops. So, but healing is a good thing. And healing is what we all need. And thank you, Sammy, because, you can't. And there's a lot of things I need to rethink. And I do actually think I'm going to take a mild break from social media. Not the show. So I'll keep doing the show. I'll keep doing the perspective. But I need to stop going through and doom scrolling and all that. I need to get back to all the cat and dog videos that are out there that are just super duper cute. Cats being superbly intelligent and stupid all at the same time, but and dogs just being cute. So yeah, anyways, all right, I'm gonna let y'all go. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, that's so funny. It's 9/12. 9/12 was the day my mom passed, and I know whenever I see that, it's like I just feel like my mom is telling me it's gonna be okay, whenever I see her special numbers. So that comforts me. It lets me know that, she's peeking in and going, hey, you know what? I see you. You're going to be okay. All right. So, yeah. So anyways, thank you for hanging in there with me, for going through whatever it is I was going through this morning and all over the place and all over the board. But I appreciate it. Tomorrow I'll be back, 8:30 a.m. Pacific time, Facebook Live. All lives are public. I'm taking, like I said, I'm going to keep taking Fridays off until I feel like I'm ready to come back fully. We'll see how the weekend goes, but yeah, I'll definitely be back tomorrow with something just simple. No oracles tomorrow, but just something simple that we can all wrap our head around and just go, okay, got it. All right. So again, have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Oh, and thank you, Sammy, and older sibling and bestie, for coming on. Have a great day.